so bhari. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. देखो सुनो मत बोलो. Wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक. किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो. ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना. Who asked you live at zero complaint level? मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Before we go to the second mantra of the first chapter, fourth Brahmana, some basic we should be clear while studying this thing. The basic is, what are the topics which are discussed in the scriptures, in Vedanta or the Vedas? What are the topics discussed? So there are basically 4 or 5 topics discussed. First topic is about the world. The second topic is about the God. The third topic is about the Jiva. The fourth topic is about spiritual practice. And the fifth topic is about what is the truth behind all this variety. So, to come to know this substratum of this total world is the only purpose. Therefore, the world and the creation of the world is not discussed or explained to prove that there is creation. That is not the purpose. See? Similarly, the topic of Jiva is not to make it firm that there is one Jiva per body. That is not the purpose. Then the karma is not meant for sending us to hell or heaven. Then upasana is not meant for us to get our desires fulfilled and go in the higher worlds. Purva, Swaha, etc. Pitrulok, Devalok, etc. That is not the purpose. See. Similarly, seeking God is not for getting someone other than us. See, friends. Therefore, what is the purpose? The purpose is to come to this conclusion as to who we are. If I am there, then only the world is there. If I am there, then only karma is there. If I am there, then only God is there. If I am there, then only last life, this life, next life is there. If I am there, then there is sin and merit. If I is not there, there is nothing. So who is this I? It is for this purpose all the topics are exhaustively discussed in the scriptures. See, Vedaisya sarve ahameva vidya. This principle we should go deeply inquire into. It's most important. See? So, this is one thing. Now, second thing, this is another very important rule. The unknown is, be attentive, the unknown is indicated with the reference of the known. This is a simple rule. Now what do we know? We know pratyakshataha, directly our experience through our sense organs, etc. is the world. So we know the world. So from the known, the world, we have to reach the unknown, the absolute reality. See? And therefore there is an inquiry, what is this world? We know ourselves and then we are happy, miserable, and then we want to find out who is happy, who is miserable. Is the body happy, miserable? Is the mind happy, miserable? Who is this? So, in this manner, when we are understanding the subsequent mantras of this Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, with this as a basis of our study, then we will have minimum questions. Otherwise, there is no end to the questions. So, in the first mantra, we have seen, where is the first mantra? Atma va idameva agra asit purushavidaha. See? So we start from the gross world of name and form. So Atma va idam agre asit purushavidaha. So Anviksha. Then he saw around, and then there is none other than me. See? And therefore, aham asmi iti agre vyaharat. Therefore, he started experiencing I am. See? Now, this principle of Upanishad is indicated in our Puranic stories. That from the Nabhi of Vishnu Bhagavan, this Brahmaji came out. And then this Brahmaji, when he came out, he saw nothing other than him. So he looked left, right, back and front. Therefore he had the 4 heads. And also up, he had 5 heads. See? And he knew nothing. Then what he did? He went into the stalk of the lotus on which he was seated. He went inside. And he remained there for tapasya, withdrawn completely. And then he came to know who is he. And thereafter he started creating the world. Now these stories, and here what is said, that this Atma, this Prajapati, this Hiranyagarbha, this Purusha, see, I don't know, how can we become firmly established in this understanding? In Brahman there is no world. In Ishvara there is no manifest world. So Brahman plus Brahman is one without a second. Then Brahman and its own potentiality unmanifest, the same Brahman is called Ishvara. Now this Ishvara further falls down. Now his potentiality starts becoming activated. He is Hiranyagarbha. Now Hiranyagarbha, according to the karma, etc., the world is created. So from the world we come to Jiva, from Jiva we come to Hiranyagarbha, from Hiranyagarbha we come to Ishvara, from Ishvara we come to the Brahman. This is the path that we have to tread. Therefore, Atma va idam agra asit purusha vidaha so anviksha na anyan atmana apashat tadha aham asmiti agre vyaharat. And therefore, our first experience is aham asmi, I am. And thereafter the other things are added. This we have seen yesterday. Now, this Hiranyagarbha, or the one who is all by himself, there is nobody else. Saha abhivat, tasmat ekaki biveti. So he saw he is all alone and he became afraid. Oh God, I am alone. So biveti, sa haya miksha chakre. Then that fear is removed by him only by proper inquiry. See? Sa ikshan chakre. He started inquiring. Why I am afraid? See, the whole life will change. I am miserable. Who is miserable? Then we come to know that there is somebody who is miserable. But instead of that, we get inquiry into I am miserable because of him, because of her, because of this, because of that, and we continue to maintain the status of a miserable body. That is not spiritual life. Therefore, this is the most important principle. We have to dig out of the Upanishad. That is why the study of Upanishad cannot be done only by having the knowledge of Sanskrit. That you can read and you can say, Saha abhiveti, abhibhet, tasmat ekaki viveti. Now you are able to read it and do that is not enough. Because for every subject there is its own vocabulary. In the same manner, this Vedanta also must be known clearly. What we call technically as Tatparya Nirnay. Tatparya Nirnay is moral of the story. So, sa vivet tasmad ekaki viveti. So he was afraid of him. Then sa Ishan Chakra, the Ikshan Chakra, then he started inquiry. Mad anyat nasti. There is none other than me. Kasmanu bhivimi iti. Then why I am afraid of anything? There is none other than me. Evam asya bhayam vyaya. And therefore his fear disappeared. See? So why kasmat abhibheshyat dvitiyadvai bhayam bhavati? Because he imagined that there is someone other than me, I am alone. Now see, this is the important point. Loneliness is different from aloneness. We are lonely when we have accepted ourselves to be incomplete and incompetent. Therefore, we become lonely. See? Like many people ask, sometimes they come. Even a child asked me the other day. He came along with his father and mother and he saw my house here. And then he said, Swamiji, your bed is so small. I said, yes, I am sleeping here alone, so I don't require big bed. You sleep alone? He says, oh, how can you sleep alone? Don't you feel afraid? See? I said, afraid of what? Because there is nobody. If there is nobody, why should we be afraid? If there is somebody other than me, then I should be afraid. But suppose somebody comes, see, imagination begins. Therefore, the otherness is only projection of our mind. And otherness can happen only if we have accepted ourselves to be finite. See, if I consider myself to be a wave, then I will be always afraid of other waves. But if I consider myself to be the ocean, then there is no problem. Therefore, he thought that there is none other than me, why should I be afraid? And therefore, he came to know that Dvitiyatvayi bhayam bhavati. Therefore, as long as we are leading this life of duality, there is no freedom from the fear in our life. After having told this principle, now the Upanishad continues. Itascha samsara vishaye eva prajapatitvam. And it is also because of this. This Prajapati, the creator, Hiranyagarbha, or the body that we consider ourselves to be, what we call as the Hiranyagarbha in the totality is the Taijasa, in the individuality. See? So, that is also samsara. So, savai naiva reme tasmad ekaki na ramate iti dvitiyam aichat. See? So, he was alone, ekaki, na eva reme. He was not very, pleased with his loneliness. See? He did not enjoy being alone. So, sadvaitam dvitiyam aichata. Then he desired, let there be someone else also. So, etavanasa yatha stri pumamso parishakto sa imam eva atmanam dvidha apatayat tata patischa patni cha bhavatam tasmad idam ardha brugalmiva swa iti ha smaha sma aha yagyavalkya tasmad ayam akashastriya puryata evam tam samabhavat tato manusya ajayanta. Now here is also very important thing to know. So he decided, let there be the other one also. So what he decided? He decided like what? Be attentive. In the dream, other than our mind, there is nothing. Now, in that dream, a person is dreaming. So, what is it dreaming? That I am having a company of my wife or my girlfriend or somebody, and in that dream, the mind itself is the man and the mind itself has become the woman, and they are having closeness and they are having the togetherness. So, the mind itself has imagined that there is a woman, but there is no woman. Why? Because the mind thought I am alone. So wherever there is aloneness, the otherness is only imaginary. See, the colors and forms are separate from us because we have not understood. Vision is the cause and colors and forms are effect. Cause and effect, they cannot be separated. See, all the effects are existing in the cause. They are dependent on cause, but the cause is independent of the effects. Therefore, the reality is the cause, not the effects. See, exactly the same way. Sa etavansa yatha strim pumamso samparishvaktau sa evam atmanam dvidha apatayat. Therefore, he created out of himself two. Example is given, idam artha brugalam iva. Like the dicotyledonic plants, or you can take an example of any pulses. Like you take the gram. So that gram is having two half. So when you take it, it looks one. But when you put it into the water for sufficient time, and then slowly the two parts will open and a sprout will come out of it. See? So in the same manner, this one Purusha, he imagined to have become two, and then the samsara began. See? Now bring this point inside our understanding. A child, I remember there is one boy, now he must be a father or grandfather. He used to be in the ashram and we used to play with him. Very sweet boy. And he used to come and sit among the boys. He will never go among the girls. So we used to tease him. Hey, you go and sit with the girls. No, I don't like girls. I hate girls. I don't want. But then you have to get known, I am never get married. I don't want girls. So much against. Now slowly he grew up. Now when he came to puberty, then he became educated, mature enough, and then he got married. See? Because ekaki na ramate. Alone he was getting bored. So he imagined, and therefore ivam eva atmanam dvidha apatayat. Therefore he imagined and he has fallen down. Apatayat means fallen down. What is fallen down? The same Paramatma, the same Purusha, the Hiranyagarbha or the Tejasa. He fell down. What is the falling down? Patischa patnischa avavatam. The one has become the husband and the wife. And therefore the word pati, patanat pati, patanat patni. Because you have fallen down, you are called as pati or patni, husband and wife. And when you fall down, you don't laugh, you cry. And therefore, in English, pati is called as husband. He cannot laugh. Hasi band. Paramatma, when he has fallen down, he has become pati. So man, he has fallen down and he become the husband. See, Maharaj. Dveda apatay tata patischa patnischa cha bhavatam tasmad idam ardha brugala iva swa iti. Therefore, the same one alone has become the two, and this is how Yagyavalkya, the teacher, said, Akasha Istriya Purvata. Therefore, the emptiness in the Purusha was filled by this imagination of the Stri or the wife. Tam abhavat, tam samabhavat tato manusha ajayanta. And thereafter, this Purusha thought, now I have got a wife and now I am all right, and therefore he was very happy. See? And out of this couple, what you call is Adam and Eve. So here Hiranyagarbha and his wife Patni, the world was created. Now, so heyam ikshan chakre katham nu atmana eva janetva sambhavati hanta tirosaniti sa gau abhavad rishabha itarastam. Now what happened? These this tree is called a Shatarupa. This comes in the Puranas. The stories are in Puranas in the form of making some personalities. It is easier for the average people to understand. So there the story is that the Manu and Shatarupa. So Manu is the Hiranyagarbha or the Prajapati, and Shatarupa is his wife. So this both of them went to Bhagavan and wanted to have a son like Bhagavan. So there is none like him. The same story comes here, that this Shatarupa, she started thinking. What? That her iyam ishan chakre. So the same Paramatma, the same Hiranyagarbha, he started thinking as the Stri. So Hiranyagarbha himself was divided into Purusha and the Stri. Now he, the Hiranyagarbha, as a woman, started thinking. So see how clear it should be. Therefore, Saha, Ha, Iyam, Ikshan Chakre. So he started, that means the Stri, Shatarupa started thinking. Katham nu atmana eva janetva sambhavati. How come he created me and he is enjoying me as his wife? This is wrong. This should not be done. How can the daughter be enjoyed by the father? No possible. So, therefore, what to do? So, she had hidden herself. So, Tiro asaniti sa gauhu abhavat. Therefore, to hide herself, she became a cow and Purusha became the bull. And then, in this manner, they started becoming these two. Then, from this couple, the cow and the bull, all the animals were born. Then, she became a mare and he became a horse, and then she became a donkey and he became a donkey. And in this manner, all the animals all were born. The big list is given, and ultimately, in this manner, the whole world of the pairs, husband, wife, or male, woman, or male and female, was created. And in this manner, this out of one Paramatma, the whole world of duality has come out. See? In one of my talks, if I remember correctly, when we are talking about on some book of Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, there I had mentioned this thing. See? Absolute reality, invocation of the potentiality is the Ishvara. Potentiality becoming ready to manifest is Hiranyagarbha or the Tejas, and then the Hiranyagarbha of the Tejas becomes bifurcated into two, male and female, and then they come together, and then the whole world is created. Now here there is no reason why. It is like this. See, it's so simple. We don't ask question. Why the cells are divided in this manner? They are divided. Why this particular cell of the embryo becomes the heart system, cardiovascular system? Why this particular cell of the embryo becomes the skeletal system? We don't ask. It is like that. It is happening. See. So, she started thinking that Pratishedam Anusmarati Ishchan Chakre. He started, this is wrong what he is doing. And therefore she became different, and yet he also became, and in this world the world became expanded into the male female division, and then the world is continuing. See, now the further is so vedaham vava srishti aham asmi idam sarvam asrukshat iti tatah srishti abhavat srishtya hasyam tasyam hase tasyam bhavati ya evam veda. So now this Prajapati, he started thinking that I created this Srishti, therefore I am the Srishti. The gold started thinking, I created the ornament, therefore I am the ornament. See? So what is the difference between gold and Brahman? Brahman is simultaneously material and efficient cause. Because the Brahman is simultaneously material and efficient cause, the Brahman itself became the man and the woman, and he himself started living as a man and a woman, and thereafter the world is created. See, out of gold, the only material cause, out of itself automatically the ornaments will not happen. We require a goldsmith. But when it comes to Paramatma, the Brahman, Bhagavan, then he being simultaneously material and efficient cause, this is possible. So, he created this world, and then he started thinking, yes, I only created this world, so I am Srishti. See? Yanmaya srushtam jagat etat bhedatvad ahameva asmi na mattaha vitarichyate. Therefore, the whole world is nothing other than me. So what is happening? Now this Prajapati, although having expanded the world, he is not losing track of his I. He is not losing the track of his individuality. That the world may be multifarious, but I am the origin of the whole world. Kuta etar aham eva yasmad idam sarvam jagat asrukshi. Because I only created this whole world. Srishtavan asmi tasmad ityartha. Yasmad srishti shabdena atmanam eva abhyadhat prajapati tasmat tataha tasmad srishti abhavat. Srishti nama abhavat. Because he created the world, so because of that he is called as the creator or the srishti or the created. He alone became everything. सृष्ट्याम जगति हास्य प्रजापते एतस्य एतस्मिन् जगति स प्रजापति सृष्ट्वा भवति स्वात्मनो अनन्यभूत जगतः. And therefore, he who is thus able to know that he has alone become everything, he is also able to attain the स्वात्मनः अनन्यभूत भूतस्य जगतः. What? कहा यह एवं प्रजापति वद यथोक्तम सात्मना अनन्यभूतम जगद आध्यात्म जगद साध्यात्मा आदिभूतादि दैवम जगत अहमस्मि इति. Then in this manner we will come to know what the gross world adi bhautik I am, then the adi daivik, the functional I am, and adhyatmic I am. Now this is another important principle. We have to understand from these three standpoints. Like our structural I is adi bhautik, gross, made out of matter. Then the functional I, the vision in the I, is adi daivik. And the third, who is experiencing through the I, the seer, is the adhyatmic. See? So, the same I became the structural I, the functional I, and the one who is functioning through the I. How important it is. See? Therefore, he who thus knows, so yaha evam prajapati vad yathoktam swatmana ananya bhutam janati aham ismi iti veda. He who knows this thing, then he alone becomes everything. That means, although he is perceiving the otherness, yet he is not influenced by the otherness. Now come to a very gross example. A man gets married. So after he gets married, then suppose the child is born. Now, how he looks at the child? The child is other than him. He is a man, the child is a woman. So, how can he be a woman? He is a man. Out of man, only man should come out. No, 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 don't talk all that thing. She is my daughter. She is everything for me. See? We do not accept the child to be other than me, although the child is other, because she is my own extension. In the same manner, he who comes to know this whole world is nothing but my own expanse. See? Because if I am not there, my wife is not there. If I am not there, my children are not there. If I am not there, my property is not there. Everything is in me, in I. Then who is the I? And then we come to this spiritual path. We want to know who is this I. This is the purpose of this particular description in the Upanishad. Don't get into the unwanted details which will have no conclusion. Because ultimately this world only is projected. Yesterday I told you this point. But reflect on this again and again. If there are two mirrors in front of each other, there will be millions of reflections inside. Now, can you decide which mirror has reflected which mirror? They are all appearances, they don't exist. Exactly. In my dream, there was a man, there was a woman, there was a young, old, there were animals, there were mountains, there were sea. All was me only. So, all the different individuals in my dream, they had their own dreams. So, in the dream, if there was a man going somewhere, so he is having his own world. Then there was a woman, she was doing something, she was having her own world. Then there was a child who was playing, then he had his own world. So, in my dream, there were dream being buddies and they were having their own dream, they are having their own dream, everything is only a dream. Doesn't have any existence. See? But the dream personalities in my dream, they will never know this. They will take the dream to be real. But when whatever reason the dream is over, then I, who is no more in the dream, will start inquiring where the dream world has gone, where are the achievements and failures, and the one who dreamt, that dreamer, where is he? No, just forget about it. Like in Mandukya Upanishad we have seen, see, Tattvasya Agrahanam Nidra, not knowing one's essential self is sleep. And Anyatha Grahanam Swapna. See? Therefore, our waking and dream are both Anyatha Grahanam and the Agrahanam. So, what we call waking and dream is essentially only the dream, nothing else. So, in this waking world, what we are taking ourselves to be someone projected. That I am good, I am bad, I am successful, I am failure, I am husband, I am wife. But where are all those? In deep sleep, where they have gone? So not knowing one's essential nature, now in this waking example, not knowing that first I am a man and then I am a husband, first I am a woman, then I am a wife, not remembering this, not knowing this, we suffer as husband and wife. Now who can help? In the same manner, not knowing ourselves that I cannot be the body, but the embodied. Then who is this embodied? Jiva. Now what is the Jiva? When you inquire, then we come to know that this whole world, including the Jiva, is only the projection by the Absolute. Therefore, Absolute is the reality, neither the Jiva, nor the body, nor the world. This is the purpose of studying all these topics. Otherwise, you will get only lost. See? Therefore, kaha, who is this one? So, yaha evam prajapati yatoktam, the one who is like the prajapati, swatmana ananya bhutam. So, the whole world is not other than me. Therefore, I am alone. The structural, functional and owner of this total world. Jagat aham asmi iti Veda. See Maharaj. Now hereafter, the next topic is that what is the further creation continues. Atha etad abhyamanthat sa mukhascha yonayor hastabhyam chagniyam asrujat tasmad etad ubhayam alokam anantaram alomakaha iti yonirantara antarataha tadyad idam ahu amum yajamum yajetekam devam etat sevasa visrishtihi esha uyesha sarve deva atha yatkinchit idam ardram tad retasah astrujata tadu somaha etavadva idam sarvam annam chaivannadascha somaha एवं अन्नादम अग्निन्नादहाम सैषा ब्राह्मणो अतिसृष्टि यश्रेयसो देवान असृजतात अथ यन्मर्त्य सन अमृतान असृजत तस्मात् अतिसृष्ट्याम ह अस्य एतस्याम भवति य एवं वेद. Now what is meant in this mantra? Then this Prajapati, who has become two, now he started doing the manthana. See, manthana is churning. See, now what type of churning he did? In his mouth and hands. By the mouth and the hands, he started creating the fire. Whenever there is rubbing, there is fire. See, now see, speech is presided over by the element fire. The presiding deity of the speech is Agni, fire. And when we do work, we generate heat. See how simple it is. Therefore, what he did, Sa evam prajapati jagadidam mithunatmakam srishtva. So he first of all created the pairs, male, female, mithunatmakam srishtva, brahmanadi varna niyantri devata srikshuhu. See, so first of all he created the Brahmana. See, Brahmana is, there are now in these next few four mantras, this is said, what is said in Bhagavad Gita, Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagashaha tasya kartarama vima vidhi kartarama vyayam. See, so here also these four varnas are created. First is the Brahmana varna. Ado atha शब्दमय अभिनय प्रदर्शन अनेन प्रकारेण मुखे हस्तो प्रक्षापितम अभ्यंतर अमंथन अभिमुखेन मंथन अकरोत्. Therefore, by doing the manthan means putting the hand in the mouth. That means what? It is not putting the hand in the mouth. Mean whatever is said by the mouth, that is only done by the hand. That means there is a proper synchronization, proper interaction between the two. This is the manthan. Otherwise, if we say something and do something, then we are not going the right way. It will not yield any result. See? Therefore, now here they say, therefore, where it was done, therefore, because of the rubbing, etc., there cannot be hair, and therefore, for the palms and inside the mouth, there are no hair. This is one secondary thing. And the same thing, na antarataha abhyarantata asti hi yonyam samanyam ubhayasya asya. See? Therefore, Agni, the fire is born out of the hand and out of the mouth. Therefore, from this Brahmana, Kim alomakahe yoni antara shrinam tatha Brahmana api mukha deva yajne jagne prajapatehe. Therefore, from the Prajapati's mouth, the Brahmana was born. See, Brahmanosya mukhamasid bahu rajanyakrutaha uru yadasya vedvaishaha padbhyam shudro ajayata. So from this Virata Purusha, from the Hiranyagarbha, from Prajapati, all the four aspects are created. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. See? And the same thing is true in our own body, individuality also. Brahmanosya mukhamasid, jnana pradhan, knowledge predominant is the head. Brahmanosya Mukhamasit. Then Bahu Rajanya Kritaha. Then our hands are the Kshatriya, head is the Brahmana. Then Madhya Pradesh is the Uru, the stomach is where everything is accumulated. See? That is the Vaishya. And the legs are the Shudra which are serving. So for the maintenance of our individual body, all the four are essential. So when it is said, the head is the topmost of the body, then hands are the next one, then the stomach is the third one, and legs are the last one. Does it mean that we are classifying them as good or bad? No. All are necessary. This is what comes here also. So these Prajapati started thinking that if, okay, Brahmana is there, but only what Brahmana will do? If he has to conduct the business of this world, then he requires power. Then he created the Kshatriya. Then he created the Vaishya, because to do the things you require wealth. So Kshatriya are created. And then we require the servants to support this work, physical activity, Shudras are created. This is how this vision has to be understood. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, these varnas are not meant for dividing the society into four categories, but it is for classifying the abilities of the people according to where they are fit to work. Okay. Therefore, Bhagavan very clearly says, Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam guna karma vibhagashaha. Guna and karma. See, Sattva guna pradhan is Brahmana. Naturally, his karma will be study of scriptures, etc., etc. Then Kshatriya is Rajoguna Pradhan and less of Sattva and almost negligible Tamoguna. He is dynamic, working for the society, for the totality. Kshatriya. Then the third one is the Vaishya. Unless you are dynamic, but unless there is a selfishness oriented, you will not be. What will I get? This is the thought of a Vaishya. If I take Lord's name, what will I get? That means he is a Vaishya. He is always talking in terms of loss and gain. But that is necessary, then only wealth is there for doing any karma. And the fourth one is, karma has to be done, we require hands. And therefore Shudra, who are neither intelligent, nor are dynamic, nor able to work hard to produce wealth, such people, they can only serve. So, according to my understanding, all the government servants fall in the category of the Shudra. They don't want to do anything, only want everything. In this manner, he created this Brahmana, and therefore this Agni is blessing the तथा ब्राह्मणः अपि मुखादेव जन्मे प्रजापतेः. Therefore Brahmana is also born from the mouth of the Prajapati. Tasmad ekayo yonitva jeshte eva anujaha anugriyate agni na brahmana. Like the elder brother helps the younger brother, in the same manner Agni, which is the presiding deity of the Karma Kanda, is also blessing the Brahmanas. Tasmad Brahmano Agni Devatya Mukha Virishcha Smriti Smriti Siddham. And therefore the Brahmanas are Mukha Virya. They only can have the ability to chant the things properly, the mantras, study, etc. Everybody cannot do that. See, it has to be done only by the perfect one. तथा बलाश्रयाभ्याम बाहुभ्याम बलादिभिः क्षत्रिय जाति नियंतारम क्षत्रियम च. Then from the other aspect, bala ashraya bhuta. See, balashrayabhyam. The bala is the strength. Where are the strength? It is the bahu. Bahu is the hands. So Kshatriya jati niyantaram kshatriyam cha. So he created a kshatriya. Tasmad aindram kshatram bahuviryam cha iti shrutau smrutau. And therefore all these kshatriya alone, they have become the protector or the hard-working guiding factors in the society. Then thereafter, tad ashraya vat swadi lakshanam vishaha niyantaram vishamcha. Then for supporting the Kshatriya and the Brahmana, the Vaishyas are created. Tasmad Krushadi Paraha Vaswadi Devata Ischa Vaishyaha. Therefore, the Krushi Vanijya, the agriculture and trading, for that the Vaishya, the trading community is created. See? And then Tatha Pushanam Prithvi Devatam Shudram Cha. And then Pushana is the Shudra, that is the Prithvi, Padbhyam, Paricharana Kshamana, Asrujiteti, Shruti Smriti Prasiddhi. And therefore, the legs are the Shudra, the Prithvi is the Shudra. In this manner, this is actually not in the original mantra, but Bhagavan Shankara says, Tatra Kshatrati Devata Sargam Iha Anuptam Vakshamanam Api Uktavad Upasamharati Srushti Sakalpanu Kirti. Therefore, although it is not mentioned here, but it will be said later. Just to make this point complete, I have mentioned it here. Yatheyam Shruti Vyavastita Tata Prajapati Eva Sarve Deva Iti Nishchitorthaha. So what we have to conclude, that these all devatas, that is Adi Daivik, then Adi Bhautik and Adhyatmik, all of them are nothing but this Prajapati, the God, the Purusha who created this world, the Hiranyagarbha or the Tejas, he alone became everything. See? This is the process of expansion. In the deep sleep, we are Ishvara. Only life is there, but not manifest. That time, Ahar Ahar Brahma Gamayati, we are one with the Brahman. Prakriti is unmanifest. Then the Prakriti starts becoming manifest. And first thing is Ahamasmiti. Ahamasmi, I am, this notion comes. Then special, I am man, I am woman, I am husband, I am wife. And thereafter, this is my house, this is my wife, this is my children. The whole expansion comes. So everything comes back to me. Mai eva sakalam jatam, mai sarvam pratishtitam, mai sarvam layam yati, tad brahmadvayam asmya. Everything is born in me, everything is sustained in me, everything goes back to me. It is for this purpose we are studying this. We don't want to get into the various, like here you see, there are so many question answers, doubts. But it is said here, we are not interested in it. We are interested straight away in our Corona festival. That in this very life, the truth must manifest through us. And the manifestation of the truth through us is only be happy. Mauj mein raho. That is the goal. We don't want to become erudite. We don't want to write books and get Padma Bhushan. No. We are not interested in that. See. So, Prajapatina eva tu srushtatva devanam. Therefore, Prajapati alone created the Adi Bhautik, Deva is Adi Daivik and the Adhyatmik, the body. Atha prakarnarthe vyavasthite tat stutya viprayena vidvan matantara nindopanyasa. And just to tell this thing, we have condemned the other thing because condemnation is to glorify what is to be said. There is no purpose of condemning somebody. So, atra vipratipadyate para eva hiranyagarbha ityeke samsari iti apare. So some people say, no, here the Purusha means the Hiranyagarbha. Somebody say, no, it is the Tejas or whatever you say, it doesn't matter. It is, we only come back to our straight away substratum, that is the cause of our study, purpose of our study. Now, from sarvam hi vaidikam sadhanam jnana karma lakshanam kartra adi anekakara peksham prajapatitva phalavasanam sadhyam etavad eva yadita krutam jagat samsaraha. See? Therefore, up to here. That means what? If we are reaching up to Prajapati, we are in samsara. And how do we reach Prajapati? All the Siddha Mahatmas. They have conquered the Prakriti. They have conquered the Adi Bhautik, Adi Daivik. See? Like, you take our Shirdi Sai Baba, he had conquered the element fire. And therefore fire will not burn him. See? The fire is under his control. Therefore, when he used to cook, in that boiling water, in that boiling rice, he will simply put his hand and stir it completely. Nothing will happen to his hand. Because fire cannot burn fire. See? Therefore, they have got all the powers, but they are up to the Hiranyagarbha. See? From our point of view. But from their point of view, they have transcended even the Hiranyagarbha. They are one with the Absolute. But in between, majority of the seekers, when they get entangled in these various siddhis, then they are totally involved in that only. Then start cursing or blessing the world and continue to maintain the samsara. This is what is mentioned here. Sarvam Vaidikam Sadhanam Jnana Karma Lakshanam Kartra Adi Anekakara Apeksham Prajapatitvam Phalavasanam Sadhyam Etavad Eva Yadetan Vyakrutam Jagat Samsaraha. So whatever the Vyakruta, manifest world, which is attained by Jnana and karma. Here Jnana means upasana, karma means karma. So whatever is gained through Jnana and karma is maintaining us in the relative world. And it is samsara. See? And therefore, we should be clear, karma, 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 don't give too much importance. So how to get out of the karma? Only kartrutva abhiman is to be given up. Be active, dynamic, but the kartrutva abhiman, what is the kartrutva abhiman? Success makes us happy and failure makes us miserable. It is kartrutva abhiman, the doership. Let there be no element of doership in our expression of life. See? So we are leading the life according to dharma. Whatever is to be done is done, and yet there is no clemency of I, the doer. This is what is mentioned or the purpose of this study. Therefore, atha etasya eva sadhya sadhana lakshanasya vyakrutasya jagatah vyakaranad prag बीजावस्थायाम ताम निर्दिदक्ष ति अंकुरादि कार्यानुमताम इव वृक्षस्य कर्म बीज अविद्या क्षेत्रो यसौ संसार वृक्ष समूल उद्धर्तव्य इति. How beautiful it is. Therefore, etasya samsara vrukshasya, of the samsara vriksha, what is that? It is sadhya sadhana lakshanasya. It is the result, karma phala of various kinds of activity, etc. Sadhya and sadhaka lakshana. It is the result of your efforts. Vyakritasya jagataha, this manifest world, vyakaranat prag bijavastha, before the expansion or the expression of this world, bijavastha in the seed form, tam nirdidikshadi ankura karyanumitam eva vrikshasya. So what is the cause of this samsara vriksha? Like the seed is the cause behind the sprout in a seed, in the same manner, this samsara vrikshasya, this the samsara vriksha, the tree of this relative existence, karma bijo avidya kshetraha. So karma is the seed and avidya, ignorance, incomplete understanding is the soil. So in the soil of the ignorance, the seed of the karma is sown, and this is how the samsara vriksha is born. See how beautiful it is. So karma is the seed, karma bija, and avidya kshetra, and the wrong notion is the kshetra. Because I have a wrong notion that I am having this problem, and then to remove that problem, I will keep on doing this thing, that thing, and then we come to know this thing I don't have at all. Then why I am struggling? See how important it is. So wrong notion is the field, kshetra, and karma is the seed. And out of this, samsara vriksha is born. Therefore, samsara vriksha samulaha uddhartavyaha iti. So we have to get rid of the samsara vriksha completely and fully. It is for this purpose we are studying the Upanishad. See? Taduddharne hi purushartha samapti. This is the ultimate fulfillment in our life. See? Tad uddharne hi purushartha parisamapti. Unless asanga shastrine drudena chitva, unless we uproot this samsara vriksha, that means unless we transcend the relative world, although we are functioning in the relative world, but we are not influenced by the relative world. See? Like we are living in this world, we see the colors and forms, but we are not influenced by them. We are functioning through the sense organs and organs of action, but we are not enslaved by them. We are functioning through the mind, but we are not influenced by the likes and dislikes categories of the mind. We are functioning through the intellect or viveka, but we are no more becoming I, an individual. Thus, life is lived through us. How important it is. Taduddharnehi purushartha samaptihi. So unless we uproot this samsara vriksha, the seed of which is the karma, and the field where the seed is sown is the avidya. Unless the karma and avidya are rejected, we will continue to remain in the samsara. This is what is said in the Ishavasya Upanishad. See? Andham tamaha pravishati ye avidyam upasate. Avidya means karma. Andham tamaha pravishati ye avidyam upasate tato bhuya ivate tamaha yav vidyayagam rataha. So those who are lost in the upasana and karma, they enter more and more deeper and deeper darkness of relative existence. Therefore, karma and upasana, the purpose is karmani chitta shuddhyartham. For the purification of the mind, the karma is done. And aikagrartham upasanam. And by upasana, we make our mind capable of understanding the scriptures. What is the import of the scriptures? See, when these two things are done, then only the truth is revealed. So, mokshartham brahma vijnanam. Therefore, the Upanishad is a moksha shastra. And here Brahma vijnanam, recognizing one's ultimate nature, aham brahmasmi, it is for this purpose we are studying all the scriptures. Taduddharnehi parushartha parisamapti tatha cha uktam urdvamolo vakshakaha iti katake gitasu cha urdvamola shakham iti purane cha brahma vriksha sanatanaha iti. Therefore, this whole world is nothing but Paramatma alone. But when we are suffering in this world, we are not looking at the Paramatma, but we are looking at the relative world. But when we are able to look at the Paramatma in the relative world, we may be living in the relative world, but we are not influenced by the relativity. See? Nothing will disappear. Now this principle also I told you very distinctly, clearly. You cannot stop reflection happening in the mirror. What you can stop is don't take it seriously, it is not real. In the same manner, you cannot stop happening body identification. But don't take body identification as real. See, that is all spiritual practice. That means, although living through the relative world, yet abiding in the absolute is what is mentioned as spiritual practice according to Vedanta Shastra. Rest tomorrow. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.